Oh, never mind. I was going to count down, but it just went live. That was a fail. Anyway, we're here now. Power series finale, Power Book 2 Ghost series finale.
Ghost series finale, yeah, which didn't feel much like a finale. Like tonally, it felt like a continuation. It felt like we're about to get a whole another season of this in somebody else's show.
Also, you know what? I didn't write it in the notes, so as we wait for people to come in, I guess we can kind of talk about it. Some characters notably didn't show up at all, and they didn't answer some of the things, like Celine.
Yeah.
They didn't even answer that. That's kind of crazy. No. Celine.
They didn't answer a lot of stuff. Angela Valdez's nephew.
Yeah, I mean, they at least out there briefly mentioned it when Blanca and Homegirl showed up, but
so they're just going to give up on that forever.
No, well,
like it's done. Like no one cares or gives a shit about how this U.S. attorney.
I think Blanca said like, "Oh yeah, no, Tariq still has to pay for Junior Valdez or something like that." She mentioned his name, and it was just like it was an afterthought. So they just threw that in there, I guess.
There were a few things like that it just felt like for time's sake they got axed. They got pushed to the back or don't forget about the whole thing with his wife, right? What was going on in that house where he was like talking to her and shit like that. Like I feel like the pivot was to it's just a shrine. It was going to be something else a lot weirder, but again, they didn't have the time. So now they had to spin the block on the whole Kamal Tate thing to make that to be the so you mean this man been a dirty cop for this long, and the one thing that finally took him down was the last kill he made, like the last one.
Yep, makes sense.
I mean, again, first of all, the pacing for this episode was breakneck speed, boy. They were moving so quickly in this episode
to the point where some things didn't make sense at all.
It was just popping up. Cane shot Noma in the head. Boom, pop up. He's sleeping in bed next. Wait. Where did he even go? How did he escape? How did he like?
Are you ready to go through the episode now that we got a few people in here?
Sure.
All right. Okay. So we start off with Monet, or I'm sorry, we start off with, the cops, I guess, asking questions about, they're asking the Tejadas about what happened. And this man, Cane, is still crying about Monet. It just confirms all the things that we thought about their relationship and what Cane actually felt about Monet.
It's also extra dirty because the cop, he know damn well Carter set her up to die. So he in there questioning them over. Do you know if there's anyone who would want Monet dead? You motherfucker, you and Detective Carter.
Yep.
So that was probably part of it too. The whole, she's suspected of being a drug dealer. Stop playing with me. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Drew and Diana talking about some damn Monet held us down. And I can't believe this is real. I can't believe she's gone. Bruh. And then being confused when Cane asks, ain't this what y'all wanted?
Ain't that what y'all wanted? Right. Yeah.
How are you confused? Y'all literally just tried to kill Monet.
I was waiting for somebody to get there because it was just like, bruh, what are we even talking about? Y'all tried to kill your mom in this season. Like this season of episodes, you tried to kill your mom. So that was very interesting. But again, this it's losing a parent as opposed to feuding with one. I guess I understand that and the way that she was taken. But it was just like we've been floating in and out of like family mode with the Tejadas so fluently. It's kind of hard to keep up with. Mm-hmm. And they needed to end on them being a family, or at least somewhat of a family.
Sure.
For the arc's sake, the final arc's sake, I guess.
Yeah. My dad said, "What up, folks? I'm surprised he's here because
what's going on, Layton?
He ain't watched none of the season, so
he might have. You don't know.
No, he told me he ain't been keeping up with it. So,
oh well.
Anyway, Michael Ealy. Okay, so we're
talking. Are we on at the same time as Power After Hours?
Are we? I don't know.
Yeah, we are. Yeah.
Look at that.
Look at that. That's interesting.
Perfect timing. Wait, well, you know what?
Right.
The live stream will stay on. It's not like the live stream's going anywhere.
Yeah, no, it's all good. It's all good.
Anyway, so along with what you were saying about how rushed this seemed, I couldn't help but notice that Michael Ealy was basically shit talking, but then giving Tariq the things that he needed to do to find all the information. It was just like, bro, shut up. Stop talking to Tariq.
No, man, he had to get his Denzel on a couple times.
He literally got his Denzel on.
Tried to get his Denzel on, you know what I mean?
That actually kind of pissed me off at the end when he
did. I have all you niggas playing basketball at Rikers Island. You know who I am. I was like, Denzel?
That's what he wanted. Okay. When Noma's brother started to check Noma for all the fuck ups she had, you really start to realize how trash Noma has been.
With the Mecca situation, kind of the family fuck up.
Yeah,
like
with Mecca,
y'all had a dude that you were supposed to marry in the States. He got clipped.
The husband overseas.
The whole husband in Italy. So now y'all got no foothold in Italy. And now your whole American business up. Now my niece dead. They ran up here, shot my niece, all my men. You know what? Yeah, this is bad. We about to get up through.
Yeah,
it's dumb.
It's very dumb. Not as dumb as her talking to Anya, and then mid conversation, basically admitting your father got in my way. I was like, what? Why would you tell her that? Why would you say that to her? Clearly, she's upset with you.
That's the truth. It's the truth. That's what happened, and she couldn't lie about it no more. She couldn't bring herself to lie about it anymore.
Facts.
DeMarcus Vaughn, we appreciate you, man.
Drew is about to be a housewife in Paris. That's hilarious.
Hey, Diana was so mad at him. I was like, damn, Diana, he can't go do art. You know, he's been trying to do art since the show started. Like, why he can't do art?
Okay, since we're there, why can't she just go back to Stansfield? Like, why did they make it
figure out why she wants to become Monet 2.0 now? All of a sudden,
why did they make her like she was all alone? Like, she can go back to school.
Yeah, like, why do you want to run the business? She's like, it doesn't have to end. Girl, you spent the entire show trying to make this shit end, and your mother only died because of this shit, as she was trying to get out of it. What in the fuck would make you? But again, it never made sense for Tariq to be doing this in the first place.
Facts.
It never made sense for him to have survived in it the way that he has. So it only makes sense to keep with how power storylines are that Diana takes Monet's place, even though prior to her death, she never wanted anything to do with this business like that. Matter of fact, just a few episodes ago, she was talking about how, hey, we need to get out of here. I'm about to have this baby. We need to, change our lives. I can't have my baby around this. Tariq, you can't be involved in the baby's life if you still in the game. Da 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 da.
Mm-hmm.
Where did that go? Where did it go?
I got nothing for you.
What was his comment? We didn't read it all.
I was gonna say he also said Tariq pistol whipping and hitting Don Carter was hilarious. Very hilarious, actually. Not as hilarious as Lil Durk. Fam, Lil Durk has no clue what he's doing with a gun. I am convinced. I know it was a prop gun and he had to make it look real. So I'll give him a little bit of the doubt, but
hey, Lil Durk clearing corners is the funniest thing I've seen on TV this week. Like, him clearing as he's coming in, taking up the back is the funniest shit.
Bruh, he looked like he was holding like one of those like laser tag guns. I was like, what are you doing?
I was actually surprised they brought him back for this episode. I was like, this is a pretty key part. I didn't think that he was going to be back in this episode. So
they didn't need to. It's cool.
They didn't. No, they didn't.
Okay. The Cane in the room smelling Monet's perfumes and shit. That was also hilarious to me.
That was their attempts at some emotion. Yeah,
I get that it's your mom, and if it was anybody else, I wouldn't be laughing. But okay. So the ballistics report that he found, the bullet that Brayden had at the end, and countless other just small shit during the season.
It all just kind of happened.
How was he ever the big bad?
I don't know. It all just kind of fell into place. Like, everything just kind of happened. It was like, oh, well, we can't kill him and we can't keep him. What we gonna do? I don't know. Hey, let's start randomly looking around his house and see if we find any incriminating evidence. What? What? So not torture, not make him tell you what happened. You know what I'm saying? Not fool Nico to come in here, try to save him. And we work. No. We're just going to rummage through his shit and try to find something.
Yeah, don't torture him. We're on a time crunch. Go check his house and then go to the precinct and wipe all that shit. Yikes.
Yeah, it was very, very interesting, man. I am disappointed that we didn't get the wife's body that hadn't been buried yet. Because we were talking to it every night. That's what I wanted to see. It was something creepy going on in that room. They didn't even show us the shrine. They just showed us the fucking clothes and all the stuff, all her keepsakes and stuff.
The wigs and whatever else. Yeah, facts.
It seemed like something really big at first. Like they had to cut away from the room as he was talking to her. It was like got in that room. And they never went back to it.
So upset about that.
Damn.
Fam, there's no way that program that Drew loaded on that computer loaded that quickly. I just don't believe it.
Man.
There's no way.
First of all, what computer program is that? Just plug it in and it'll delete it and he'll never know. It'll delete everything. Like it'll wipe his computer completely.
It's malware. It's a virus.
I was about to say he put a virus on this shit.
Which should also impact other. You know what? Never mind. We won't even go there for power writing. Anyway, of everyone in the Tejada family, open shot, fate of the universe on the line, or the Martians have the death beam pointed at Earth, you better hit it. I would never choose Diana to take the shot. What was that?
What? I didn't even know what she was thinking. So like, all right, cool. We sitting out here. We finally found Noma. She on the steps. She's clear and free. Let me shoot Anya and then run away. No. Wait. Not shoot Anya and then shoot Noma. No. Shoot Anya and run away. So we have to set this whole shit up again to try to get Noma.
Who gave Diana the gun? Why was she leading? Why wasn't Cane there to take the shot at Noma?
She's wildin'. I don't know how she got in front of Cane. But yeah, no, she's tripping. She's tripping for sure.
I hated that scene so much. Okay. So then we get through that part. Why would Noma not immediately assume that her jet being booked is a trap? I'm so glad her brother picked that out to be bullshit.
Well, I think she did, but again, she's delirious because her daughter was just killed, and she wants to be where they are. Obviously, she had the smarts enough to enlist the police and go back there, right?
That was
try to flip the whole situation.
Her brother's doing, I'm sure.
Nah,
no, they didn't say
it. Because he left. Yeah, he bounced.
Yeah,
he bounced.
Yeah.
That was her.
Yeah.
He's
the only smart one.
I didn't see that coming. At first, I was like, did she just call the cops on him? But then I was like, no, she probably flipped because she know that they looking at her. She know that they got a case on her. Okay, yeah. I
just hated that clearly is a trap. Clearly, they're not booking your jet to leave.
No, yeah. I don't think she even says he doesn't care. She just wanted to find them. But the thing with Cane, like, did that nigga crawl under the car? Did he turn invisible so he could sneak away? First of all,
how did he ran out the door behind them?
Yeah, how did he get behind Noma? Number one.
Yeah, that.
And then he shoots her in the head and sneaks off. Like,
yeah.
Where did he go?
Yeah, no, because if he would have looked, they would have looked under the car. I would have to assume they would have. The cops are not that dumb, I hope, in Power Universe.
Fam,
to look
I don't
under
know.
the car right
how.
there. Yeah,
like
no,
the blood trail even stopped. It was like trickle, dead stop. Like, did he float? Did he fly away? What the fuck happened?
There was a smoke screen. You didn't see the smoke screen that he set up?
Did he teleport? Is he Kurt Wagner?
All right. Yeah, and then also them just standing there like sitting ducks pissed me off too. I'm like,
yeah,
y'all couldn't hide in the hangar. Y'all just standing there. Okay, smart.
Why didn't all three of y'all run out that door? Well, no. They needed the cops. They needed somebody. They needed the cops to pay attention to somebody. Okay,
that's fair. That's fair. But yeah, the fact that they were just standing there pissed me off too. All right. So then we get towards the end. Why does Jenny and Blanca deserve a win here? We haven't seen them.
They absolutely do not.
But
proving my point about power cops, right? First of all, what did I say at the beginning of the season about your boy Don Carter? What did I say? I told y'all he was going to end up being just like every other power cop, useless at some point, absolutely useless. What is he? Absolutely useless. Blanca and old girl Jenny Sullivan now get to finally put a big bad away, but it's not the big bad that they originally wanted. It's just the big bad that they end up with, and they absolutely got gifted it. Yes. They absolutely got handed it, and they didn't have to do shit for it. They were actually about to shit the bed and make three teenagers the face of the entire criminal enterprise they've been building over years, right? Instead of Noma, they almost shit the bed, if not for Davis and his new girlfriend.
And here she goes talking about
come into play or two things with Davis. What is that body he caught ever going to come back to haunt him?
No. No.
And where the fuck is Davis's wife? How did we make it through 4 seasons of Power of people mentioning this man's wife? Woman after woman mentioning this man's wife. We never seen her. Never seen her.
We saw his brother twice, 2 different brothers.
Yeah, we saw 2 different versions of his brother. Never seen his wife. Never seen her.
Oh, man. Yeah, no, they almost fucked up at getting Noma, too, because homegirls, they're so stupid. Where's Tariq St. Patrick in all of this? Like, oh, okay. Why are we still doing
Clearly, we're not giving you Tariq. Move on. Move on.
Silver platter. What are you talking about? Okay. I'm glad they got Drew out of this whole super thug phase, and he's going to Paris for his art. Seems like all he needed was Monet out of the picture. Like things aren't going so well for Cane, obviously. But realistically, the other two, now that Monet's out of the picture, they should be living a better life.
Yeah, I don't know what the hell Diana got going on. I don't know what she's going to end up doing.
Go back to Stansfield.
But Drew should be okay. Cane, right? He then took Effie's goddamn Stanford money. Now she got to stay at Stansfield and work for Tariq. That's some bullshit.
That is
the whole time I'm sitting there thinking like, go to California. Go to California. Go to California. You need to run. She has money. She's already going to California. Go to California. Go to Stanford. Go to Stanford. Go to Stanford. What do they land on? Take my money for Stanford and go run.
I can get this money again. What?
Another thing that came out of nowhere and didn't get paid off. Where the hell Effie Junkie Mama go? She came in, said that she was a piece of shit and that she needed that she deserved to get touched on, and never showed up again. Why do we need that scene?
Bro, Lil Durk.
Why do we need to find out that
Durk got more screen time than she did?
Why did we need to find out that Effie was sexually assaulted in the last 3 episodes if you weren't going to touch it again? Cut that shit out. Like, why? That should have been deleted.
Yes, agreed. Lil Durk got more screen time than the mama. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought Tariq demoting. Well, at first, when I heard it, I was like, okay, Tariq demoting Brayden is crazy. He's a junkie. It needed to be done. Now that I think about it.
Yeah, but that's going to be the unraveling of their relationship. I just don't know when we're supposed to see it unravel because this show is over.
Which brings me to the last thing we need to discuss.
It's like it's too many wait till next season type like plot line ends. This shit is supposed to be and even if we're picking it up in somebody else's show, you can't pick up all of this in somebody else's show. There are already characters over there with side plots that are actively going on. There's enough room.
Brayden's not coming along with this.
Yeah, and our writing is not tight enough to juggle all these characters at once or to even incorporate them. So what are we doing? What are we doing?
Who knows? But one thing we should probably answer before we get to that: who was on the phone in the post-credit scene?
Tommy.
You think it was Tommy? Okay. I'll give you one reason as to why I don't think it was Tommy, but it was somebody very close to Tommy. Because the first thing he says is, "I ain't talked to you in a while."
Tommy.
And he's talked to Tommy somewhat recently. If we're going along the timeline of how quickly all of this has gone through.
It's been, he hasn't talked to him since his mom's first safe house got blown up.
But how long ago was that? It was maybe a year. Maybe.
No, hold on now. So he just got back to school when he killed Angela's nephew.
Yes.
Right. So he had been off that whole summer.
Right.
And that happened. The whole thing with his mom was happening around the time of Zeke. So this is probably like a year later. This is like his first year.
Yeah, that was his first year. This is his second year. So,
okay, so all of that stuff happened in within his first year of Stanfield. The whole thing, his mom's safe house getting exposed to Tommy showing up, him having to interfere, all that shit happened within his first year of Stanfield.
Yeah, now I think about it, Tariq never met any of the Chicago people yet.
Right, and I'm about to say, when did he ever meet D-Lo?
I think we assumed he met one of them
because he didn't go to Chicago.
In force.
Tommy came to New York.
Yeah. Okay. But he would have said Uncle Tommy. But they're burying the lead. So
I also feel like the exposition towards the back half of this episode, they just let them wing it. They let them wing it. The whole time Tariq was talking to Don Carter, that's improv. Mm-hmm. That's improv. Nobody actually wrote that shit. That shit crazy, Mr. Carter. That shit crazy. Nobody wrote that on paper. They did not. That was just him riffing like, damn, that shit crazy, Detective Carter. You really a cop killer like that? Like, it just sounded like they were having casual conversation. Yeah. Same thing with the I think with that conversation on the phone. Tell them to bring the smoke and we're gonna lay them niggas down.
That was definitely riffing.
When the hell did Tariq start talking like that?
They told him, "Hey, can you just pretend like you're on the phone talking to somebody?" Actually,
literally, and that's what he landed on. Tell them niggas bring the smoke, and we're gonna lay them niggas down.
You know you're going to Chicago, so just pretend you're talking to Tommy on the phone. I definitely think it was obviously somebody from Chicago. So I guess in this case, I guess the real only connection he does have is Tommy. So it would have to be Tommy. Now I think about it, but
we didn't even have time to go tell Tate, go tell Lorenz or
Tate
not Lorenz. We couldn't tell him that the dirty cop killed his brother. We didn't have time to do a lot of shit. We had this old woozy conversation between Tasha and Tariq about how he now it's never, hey, I need to get my black ass out of the drug game. That is the answer. No. It's always, let me sever another part of myself to make myself more amenable to the drug game. Right? Like, so I can't be a normal citizen and be in the drug game. That was one sever. Can't have all of these extra things going on in my life like college or anything like that. That was another sever. So now let me just get down to the nitty and sever all my emotional connections so that I can't be leveraged against. That's how you be smarter than Ghost. Don't have a family and try to keep them out of the drug game. Just don't have a family altogether.
He's eventually going to have a family. I mean, I guess the real Tariq is eventually going to have
my nigga. You were 6 months away from having a family.
You feel me?
Like, you were already about to have one.
Exactly. And you lost that family. And you lost that family to the drug game. So here we are. My only disappointment here is that we didn't see Bruchandria get a deal and become light-skinned Keisha. That's what Bruchandria becomes.
And then also Brayden's girlfriend ends with the moral high ground because we never get a reconcile there. He just ghosted my dude and just went on and lived her junkie life.
We know her story.
I mean, maybe she turned her life around. Who knows?
I think we know her story. I'm just going to put that there. Her story ends with wrapping something around her arm and a metal spoon in her hand.
I think that the next time we see Brayden, he'll be with her.
I really hope not.
This thing with Tariq, we can't be partners no more. Okay, well, I'm gonna find somebody else to fill that void then, and it'll probably be old girl.
I hope not. Especially when Brayden can do so much better. If he would just kick the coke.
Yeah, he does need to kick the coke. Definitely needs to kick the coke.
He could end up being Bruchandria's manager.
Have you found it how interesting that they have almost tried to make Brayden be Tommy, like in some of like the wild shit that he's doing now. Like if you look back over the last couple of seasons of Brayden, like you said, he pushed his uncle off of the roof. He shot that dude in the face out of nowhere. He's starting to do drugs. Like before, it was all right. Tariq is getting Brayden wrapped up in a lot of bullshit that he otherwise doesn't need. Like he has no time or really he doesn't gain anything from this, right? But then slowly but surely, Brayden starts making his own decisions and starts stepping out and starts doing shit, pissing Tariq off. But like, it's some of the weird, like mindless kind of wild boy shit that Tommy was doing. Now Tommy did that shit just out of, well, that's where I came from. That's what I learned. That's how I crash out. That is what I do. Right.
Tommy knows how to run a successful business.
Brayden. So I'm just trying to figure out how Brayden became Tommy. I don't know how that happens. Like I know how Tommy became Tommy. You know, it's called Kate Egan.
Yeah.
I don't think that Brayden had a Kate Egan. Nothing close.
No.
So
no.
Just very interesting how they've kind of made that similarity. They've even called it out a few times. Like Zion called it out. Would you supposed to be Tommy?
But he never had the grit, the
there's none of the background there to make it believable or make it real.
It was, I'm doing this because this is fun and it's getting me nice clothes and
you know what I mean? Right.
Not because I have to, because Kate is high and I have to fend for myself.
Right.
Yeah. So no, I think that's pretty much it for Brayden at this point. But yeah, I look forward to seeing Tariq, I guess, in the next season of
Force? Yeah, probably, most likely.
Brayden is just one of. Let me actually bring this up. Brayden is just one of many inconsistent, poorly written characters.
Absolutely, Will T. And it's just, it's been kind of like a roller coaster. It's saying you could say the same thing about Effie. It's like, are you going to leave or are you not going to leave? Are you going to leave or are you going to leave?
She should have left.
It's like, oh, I'm out, I'm out. How many times did she risk her life asking Noma to try to get out of the business just for her to give Cane all her money, let him run off, and then she stay in New York?
Fam, your entire personality is avoiding relationships like this. So, like, why wouldn't you just avoid this shit?
Also, I don't think that they had to do the whole, I have to sacrifice myself so you can get away shit. Like, you are literally going to the other seaboard. You're going across the country. This is the perfect opportunity for both of y'all to get the fuck out of here. And not to mention 30 minutes earlier in the fucking episode, you was telling Tariq to fuck off and that you couldn't help with his operation because you weren't doing this shit no more.
Yeah. Yep. Oh, and I hated them like officially painting him as Ghost.
I hated that line.
I was like, oh, okay.
I knew they were going there because they were just talking. I don't even have to be here. I don't have to be here. It's, you'll never see me again. I'll just kind of be like a ghost.
You set this entire show up just to do that.
Yeah, man. Nasty. Ooh, Josh. Uh-oh. How did we get this far into this without even addressing this? Amari Hardwick never made a return.
He did not.
That is something that a lot of people had theorized about for a long time. Like maybe Ghost isn't really dead. Maybe he'll play a role in some sort of flashback. Maybe he'll be a ghost of Ghost.
I literally watched this after I watched the Pantheon. There. After I watched the Pantheon, I turned on Power because I'm like, I don't want anybody to ruin this. The episode is called Ghost in the Machine. I'm like, if it happens, I want to be here and I don't want anybody to spoil this for me. And then was severely disappointed by the time.
Yeah, it didn't happen. It did not happen. I was a little disappointed by that because even if it was like a dream montage, you know what else they never cleared up? They've never made Tariq completely come to terms with who he is after he killed his father. Right? Tariq is still on. They tried. They start turning that way, but where we end it with this character is him still thinking that he can have a productive life while doing what he does.
Mm-hmm.
He's still rationalizing taking these steps to get deeper and deeper into the game, to the point now that he's, again, like we was talking about, he's severed his emotional ties now.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm about to set you and Jazz up. Y'all don't have to worry about me. I don't have to worry about you, so I can do what I do. Even though that is not at all what the point of this entire excursion was. The reason why you've been selling drugs instead of going to college was so that you can be with your mom again, not so that you could have just left her where she was at in Witsec to begin with.
Mm-hmm.
The first time when she
point.
wasn't getting felt up by Greg from the department store.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Greg, the manager, for sure.
We made situations so much worse for your mother than it had to be, only for you to just basically put her in Witsec again. Because it's not like you gonna advertise, yeah, that's my mom over there in upstate New York. That's my mom and my sister over there. So they basically in Witsec all again.
Yeah, because you're not going to go visit them either. So
it felt like we were starting to come to terms with some of the fact that, like, I had to make myself a monster to beat a monster, right? Because that was Ghost thing. That was James thing.
Yeah,
I had to kill Breeze to become what I wanted to become, right? I don't want you to do that. I don't want you to have to sacrifice that part of yourself to become whatever it is you'll end up being in a drug game.
Mm-hmm.
Tariq has gone the complete opposite direction of that.
Yeah.
He's saying, I will segment, I will compartmentalize, I will take off any part of myself that doesn't suit this business to make sure that I'm successful. And in that way, I'm better than my father. When in actuality, he's just deeper into it than his father ever was.
Facts.
Because whereas Ghost at least had a consciousness about how things were affecting his family, at least directly, like maybe some of the indirect stuff, the lying, the late nights, the cheating and stuff like that, that obviously had a residual effect on the family as well. But in terms of his direct effect, he never brought work home. He wasn't jugging out the apartment complex like damn Brayden is, shitting where he sleeps. Yeah, like it's just, it was two separate worlds. There was James St. Patrick, and then there was Ghost. Tariq is Tariq. They don't even know him as Ghost. He Tariq. He Tariq to everybody.
Yeah.
Same person.
He's so fucking Patrick.
If we were going to continue on this arc of, you know, Tariq being the biggest drug dealer in New York, I would have liked to come with some sort of realization that, like, I am the monster I painted my father to be. Yeah. That is where this was supposed to end. I am the monster I painted my father out to be. And now I understand my father because I'm in his shoes. Mm-hmm. That is where this should have ended. We're nowhere near that.
They feel like they did that when he went to prison, like when he was in the jail cell. They feel like they did that, and so they don't have to do it again.
No, he didn't.
It wasn't it, but that's how
we've heard him argue several times after that how much better he is than his father, how much smarter. He was just talking to Anya about how, oh well, I know we saying we don't got to be like our parents and you don't have to do this shit, but I'm about to take you back to your parents. I'm about to take you back to your mom.
And then she got clapped.
Yeah. So like, I'm not trying to hear none of that shit about he found some retrospect in jail. No, the fuck he didn't. No, he didn't. No.
I don't agree with that. I'm just saying I feel like maybe they felt like they already addressed it and they didn't.
Agree to disagree. Agree to disagree.
I don't agree with it. But anyway, one last thing.
The male Mary Sue Tariq.
Yikes. Gross. The one last thing that I'm kind of disappointed in is the fact that it just seems like we never really got anywhere with this show. It kind of seemed like we just went in circles for the most part. And honestly, if they continued this show, I feel like they just find a completely new big bad and we'd start all over again.
Start from square one again. I'm your new distributor.
Yes.
I'm your new
Lobos or some shit.
Right. Lobos
Jr. And then we'd start all over again with this. So I'm a little disappointed, but at least we're here and we can enjoy Force when it comes out. And I guess Raising Kanan is next. I got to do some catching up on the last season.
I did see the preview for Raising Kanan. It seems like shit's about to hit the fan over there. I thought Jukebox was going to the military, so I don't know why she's still in the show, but we'll see what's going on there.
Don't even know about that.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. Let's wrap up all of this power stuff. How about that?
Well, no, because I think they have Didn't they announce Power Origins? They announced Power Origins. That's the thing.
So there was some talk about, in our last Power video about them moving Power over to, or maybe continuing the story on whatever platform 50 creates with his new studio. Because I think the contract with Stars is over. So that's probably why they wrapped it up so abruptly. But I couldn't see them taking that and then, starting something new. Or, I mean, maybe starting something new, but not like continuing off this story, because doesn't Stars still own Power?
Again, apparently they've ordered the 4th spinoff, which is going to be Origins, about the beginnings of Ghost and Tommy.
The beginnings of Ghost and Tommy. Are we not picking that shit up and raising Canaan?
Nope. It's going to be Power Book 5 Origins.
So how the fuck?
It might not actually be called that. It might just be called Origins, but still.
Power Book 5 Origins?
It might not be called Power Book 5, but it's going to be
Power Origins.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, wait, this is getting very convoluted. Like, we already have a show in that time period with a character who's supposedly about to meet Ghost and Tommy very soon.
So they're going to merge Ghost and Force, and then they're going to merge Raising Kanan and Origins.
Okay.
Okay. Here go Tony Robinson. Hold up. I thought Kamala was Tariq's supplier.
Definitely. Kamala is definitely Tariq's supplier.
She
got it for him for the low.
That is insane.
For the low for that government
price.
Out
here in these streets. She was. She said so. Anyway, any other thoughts on the series finale for Power Book 2 Ghost?
Man, what a ride, man. I guess, not satisfied, I guess, if we're telling the truth, but it is, I guess, an accomplishment to make it to the end of a series in a way, at least with this main storyline. Mm-hmm. Very interested to see how they handle what comes out of this. Like, not just with the TV shows, but with 50 Cent and his relationship with Stars kind of coming to an end. Does he try to get any of these titles? Is Force Stars, or is that his? Because Ghost was just a continuation of Power, which was originally Stars. I don't know how all that works, how they would try to split it up. But in any case, we still got another season of Raising Kanan. At least we got another season of Force coming up, and then we got the Origins thing as of right now coming out. So we'll see. Is 50 Cent involved in Origins?
I don't think so.
That would make sense. That would make sense. You know why? Because now they're trying to define their own timeline outside of what 50 had, and so that it's going to be. I think they'll try to make it different somehow from what Raising Kanan was. I kept asking myself though when Ghost and Tommy were going to show up in Force, because it was like, all right, man, this dude he's like 18, 19 now. Mm-hmm. He about to start jugging for real here in a second. Like, he's supposed to be meeting these dudes.
Yeah.
But we'll see. We'll see how it goes.
All right. Well, on that note, I did enjoy myself with Power Book 2 Ghost. It was at least very entertaining for the time being. But I feel like we got to send this out the right way. It just so it's only right that we send this out with some Amari Hardwick, if you will. And we're going to play some Neighbors Think I'm Really Ghost.
Eyes up and down like a seesaw, trying to see if I'm just tall. Cool 6'3", I in it all. 5'10", play basketball. Always had a pen if you asked for. Leave a little skin on the asphalt. Shoot up dreams like Mike Joe. But back to the scene of people's actor. On the phone, talking to Ma, talking about.
Why is he rapping?
Trying to shout, so he say
not my ghost.
Kids and all, no Tommy, Tasha, and the ball. Trey ain't clocking, not at all. But you keep watching like a dozing off. Ghost ain't shot, you ain't involved. Oh, just shopping for no.
What is this?
Ain't no Angela.
Actually, I totally should have played what's his
Keep
name?
it going. He said Angela.
Yeah. Angela.
Angela, sorry, can't stop. Gotta rock. God bless before you call. Omari Ghost and Oski plot means a lot, but it seems a lot. And now you're hot when it's your own fault.
Okay, the neighbors think I'm really ghost.
Neighbors think I'm really ghost.
Neighbors think I'm really ghost.
Yep, the neighbors think I'm
What
really
was Zeke's
really
song?
ghost.
I forgot about Zeke's song. Ain't no bitch in my blood. Ain't no bitch in my blood.
Ain't no bitch in my blood.
Ain't no.
I forgot Zeke was a performer.
Yeah. Yep. He certainly was. I think I need to tell Monique. I think I need to tell him what I need to know.
I need to tell him what I know.
I can't find it. All right. Well. Oh well. Anyway, on that note, like I said, this song is stupid.
Stupid fresh dope, son.
That song sucked. Anyway, on that note, anything else that we need to say? Subscribe for Power Book 3 Raising Canaan.
Yeah. Definitely subscribe. Watch all of the reviews that we have for the season. We'll definitely be back for Force.
And Raising Canaan. I think Raising Canaan.
And Raising Canaan. We'll see on Origins, see what's going on with that. But yeah, if you've been with us the whole ride, man, we appreciate you, and jump on another show with us for sure. I know we'll be doing Penguin, first 3 episodes of Penguin this week coming out, and we'll probably do them in 3s because of the way that they drop. But yeah, man, like, share, subscribe, check us out.
Facts. And on that note, we out.
Peace.